in the heart of the motherland, where the earth glows red under the sun, where the baobab trees stand like ancient guardians. There was a small village called Nolema, a village once known for unity, for laughter, and for evenings where the smell of cooking fires filled the air like warm memories. But as all stories have seasons, the village entered a season of trouble, a season when peace slowly slipped away. It began quietly, like a shadow creeping at dusk. One day, two brothers argued over farmland. The next week, two friends refused to greet each other. Then families stopped sharing food. Children stopped playing together. Even the elders stopped smiling. The village changed. The marketplace felt heavy. People kept to themselves. Whispers grew louder than laughter. Even the birds sang less. That was when the oldest elder, Mama Nyasha, felt trouble rising deep in her bones. Mama Nyasha was not just an elder. She was the living memory of the village, a walking library of wisdom, a mother to all, and the keeper of stories passed down for generations. One night, as the moon rose full and bright, she took her staff carved with symbols of the ancestors and walked toward the giant baobab tree. She struck the root of the tree 3 times with her staff. The sound echoed across the sleeping village. Within minutes, lamps flickered on. Doors opened. Families gathered under the tree, rubbing their eyes. Mama Nyasha looked at everyone, from the youngest child to the eldest father. And she spoke. "My children, something is wrong. Our village is sick. Not in body, but in spirit. Peace has left us. And a village without peace is a fire waiting to burn." The villagers shifted uncomfortably. Some looked down. Some looked away. Mama Nyasha raised her hand. "To heal this village, we must first know where the sickness lies. Tomorrow at sunrise, each family will bring a handful of their cleanest water. We will pour it together into this sacred calabash." She lifted a beautifully painted calabash, handed down through her ancestors. "If our hearts are pure, the water will remain clear. If our hearts are heavy with anger, the water will become cloudy. Water does not lie." The villagers murmured. Some nodded. Others whispered fearfully. But they all agreed. The next morning, the sun rose slowly, warming the red earth of Nolema. Families gathered under the baobab tree, each carrying a small calabash or gourd of water. Mama Nyasha placed the sacred calabash in front of them. She smiled gently and said, "One by one, let the truth reveal itself." The first family stepped forward. They poured in their clean water, crystal clear. The second family poured theirs, still clear. The third, the fourth, the fifth. The water remained perfect. People whispered, "Maybe the village is not sick. Maybe peace will return." But as more families poured their water, the calabash began to change. A slight cloudiness appeared, just faint enough to see. As more water was added, the cloudiness grew darker and darker, until the water was no longer clear, but cloudy and dull. A heavy silence fell. People looked around nervously. Mama Nyasha dipped her fingers into the calabash and examined the murky water. She looked at everyone and said, "This water does not lie. Where there is bitterness, where there are grudges, where there is dishonesty, the water becomes wounded. But I did not call you here to point fingers. I called you here to heal." Still, no one spoke. No one moved. Everyone waited for someone else to confess. Then, from the back of the crowd, came a small, trembling voice. It was little Tandy, a girl no older than 8. She stepped forward slowly, her small feet dusty from running. Her voice cracked. "Grandmother, I think the bitterness is mine." The crowd gasped softly. A child. What could she have done? Mama Nyasha knelt beside Tandy, Speak, my child. The truth is never too small. Tandy wiped a tear. Yesterday, Mama sent me to fetch water. But I was playing. And I spilled some. So I took more from the river. When Mama asked if I spilled it, I lied. And all night, my heart felt heavy. I am sorry. Silence. A child had spoken. What grown people were too proud to say. Mama Nyasha placed a hand on Tandy's cheek. Your honesty is the first drop of peace. You have done what many adults fear. She stood and faced the village. Let all who carry anger, all who have spoken harsh words, all who have lied, stolen, or held grudges, come forward. Peace cannot live in hiding. For a long moment, no one moved. Then, slowly, an old man stepped forward. I have held anger in my heart for many years. Toward my brother. His brother joined him. They embraced. Then a woman stepped forward. She confessed she had gossiped out of jealousy. 2 farmers admitted they argued unnecessarily. 2 mothers apologized for competing instead of helping. Even children confessed small fights. One by one, hearts opened. And the weight lifted from the village. For the first time in months, people looked each other in the eyes and smiled. When all confessions were done, Mama Nyasha emptied the cloudy water into the earth, letting the soil drink the bitterness. She cleaned the calabash and set it before the villagers once more. Now bring your water again. Pour it with clean hearts. The first family poured. Clear. The second. Clear. The third, fourth, fifth. Clear, clear, clear. Every last drop was crystal clear. The sun shone through it, as if blessing the moment. Even the birds returned, chirping happily from the branches. Mama Nyasha raised her staff. Today, the village of Nolema has been reborn. Peace does not come when we wait. Peace comes when we tell the truth. Peace comes when we forgive. Peace comes when we choose love over pride. The villagers cheered. Tears flowed. Laughter returned. The kind that fills a whole valley. That evening, Nolema celebrated like never before. Drums echoed across the plains. Children danced with bright eyes. Neighbors shared food from one pot again. The fire burned tall and warm. Mama Nyasha looked at the people and whispered to herself, "This is how peace returns. Not by magic, but by honesty." And from that day on, the people of Nolema greeted each other with a new saying, "May your heart be as clear as water."